All right, so this is the lecture number 88 in our DSA series, and we are closer to our century. In any case, today we are going to see the introduction of array list. What is array list and where we should use them? What is the advantage and what is the disadvantage? Everything we are going to cover in this video. So let us get started with the video. So we are going to see array list. What was array list? So as name suggests array, so of course we would be having a concept of array. So let us firstly see what was arrays. So arrays was like this: 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fine. So I'm not going to into deep, but I would be explaining the concept which are required to build the logic for program and write the program. I would be explaining that. I will not going into depth, but the explanation for like the explanation which I'm going to provide you, that's it. That is enough for you. Fine. So apart from that, we have an array. So what was the restrictions over arrays? If we have to use an array, or if you have to declare an array, that let us say I have declared this array of 5 size, writing code. At some time I feel that I do have a requirement to add one more element into this array. So at this point of time we cannot add any extra element to this array. Fine. Why? Because at the time of declaration of this array, like this, we have to provide the size for this array. So we cannot resize this array. We cannot resize this array after declaration. We have only one chance to declare the array, whatever the size for this we want to provide. So that is why there was another concept was introduced in Java. I think ArrayList was introduced in Java after 2 versions. I don't remember, but it was introduced later on. It was not introduced initially. Fine. So what is ArrayList? ArrayList, firstly, ArrayList like provides you this facility. Let us say you have declared this ArrayList. Let us say this is list, and initially you do not have to provide any size for this ArrayList. You can define this ArrayList as blank also. Let us say if at this point you have to a requirement to add one element into this list or this array. This is also a type of array only. So what you can do, you can simply add this one into this list. Let us say this is the list. Initially it is blank, you have added one. You have write some code, Here you need to add 2 into this list, then you can add this here. You do not have to resize it. It will auto resize, internally. After writing some more code, you make a requirement, then you should add 5 to this. Then here you can add this. So this is only the array list. Fine. And so syntax for array list is, I'm going to discuss that also. Syntax for array list. So there is a class inside the Java called ArrayList, which is a generic class also. Generic means we can define its type, like of what type this ArrayList element will be considered, like this. Like I'm writing integer, and let us name it as list, and new, of course we have to create, like write new statement whenever we are going to create the object or initializing the memory array list of this. Here we have to provide the same thing. And like for current version in Java, this is not mandatory to provide here. We can leave it blank also, but it is mandatory to provide here. So this is the declaration syntax for array list, and this is the class in Java in util package. So if we have to use this class, then we have to import this util package, and we have to define this also, define its generic type also. Fine. But we can use without using this also, but in current version and current IDs also, it is going to throw an kind of exception or warning that you should define this integer type. So let us see how we are going to define this. So let us say I am defining a array list of integer n would be capital, and the list, and if you are confused with this integer which starts from big I, then do not worry, I will explain that. So as I told you, for using this array list class, we will have to import a util package. So we write this. We have imported array list class from util package. Fine. So this is the declaration, and we have some certain methods over this. What are, I mean, those methods? Let us see. For of course, for adding, removing, inserting, and set, get, and all this. So let us say we have this array list 2, 5, 6, and I want to add 7 here. So for that, I will use list dot add 7. This will add 7 here. Another method is size, which would return the current size of this list. Let us say 7. And another method is get, and in that we will have to pass index. Let us say 2, and indexes are same like arrays. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and everything. So 0, 2 would be 6. This is for getting values. We have another method is called set. So we can set the values also. Let us say we want to set at 2, 8. So it would replace this 6 with 8. So these are the method. We also have one more method which is remove. So int dot, no, sorry, list dot remove at what? Let us say removing first element. So it would remove this 5. So these are the, I mean, major methods. Of course, we have some collections dot reverse to reverse this list, but that is not required for now. We just have to worry about these 4 methods. Let us see them into actions. Let us say I have to add an element into list called 3, and I want to add some element. Let us say 3 element 7 and 4. And if I want to print this list now, then let's see how it is going to print. So list, and I'm not providing any input, so do not worry on that. This input, this is going to be replaced, of course. Do not worry on that part. So it should print 3, 4, 7 in square brackets, because this is the default behaviors of collections in Java. The collections object is, I mean, it is used to print in that format only, in square brackets and comma separated values, as you can see. Now, if I want to remove, or if I want to what, get the value of this, get at 1. So what you are expecting in the output? Guess what you are expecting? A. We should get 4, because the index for this is 0, 1, 2. So we should get 4. So as you can see, we are getting 4. Now if I want to set something, so list dot set as 0, the value is 8. Fine. And now print the list again. Now see the output, what it is going to print. The output for these two println going to be this. The last input output will be different, 847. It should print 847. So it takes too much time to run. So as you can see, we are getting 847. Let us say I want to remove something from this list. List dot remove. And for removing, we do have 2 methods, which is for object and another is for index. Let us say I want to remove index wise. So let us say I want to remove 0th element, which I have just added. So, and then I want to print the list. Let us see, output of initial 3 would be same, last one would be 4, 7, because 8 is removed from this. And I also want to print the size. So as you can see, we are getting 4, 7. Let us print the size also. At last, we should get the size 2. And I want to show you one magic. Before removing this, what was the size for this? As you can see, size grows dynamically. Fine. And do not worry, we'll implement the custom implementation for the same class, array list also. Do not worry how everything is going to be happen. We are going to build the same class which Java has built up internally. We are going to use the same. As you can see, it is not completed, I think. Is it not completed? because I have 5 print statement and it is printing only 4. That means it was not completed. Of course it was not completed, or I have not hit on the run button. Both conditions can be true. So now you can see, before removing it the size was 3, after removing size was 2. Fine. So I want to mention one point here. If you are worrying about this integer, what is that integer? This is same as the integer, but the only difference is this can contains null also, this cannot contain null. This is value type, like this variable. If we, let us say, if I'm writing int a is equal to 2, so this a would be created inside this stack only. Fine. And if write this integer a is equal to 3, then 3 would be created into this heap and a would store a reference variable. So this is the reference type and this is the value type. This is the only difference, nothing else. Like there are some requirement where we need a array of type integers where we can store null also. You will see this type of problems over when we were solving the problems related to linked list or trees. Then you will see these type of problems, then where we have to use int or where we have to use integers. So this is the only change. And over I mean this array list, we do have some sort of other methods also, but majorly we usually use these 4 methods. So that is why I have listed these methods. So let us see an implementation of all these methods in our next problem. And I hope I was able to explain the this particular introduction of this array list, and it is clear to you. If you still do have any confusion on that, then you can comment down below. And so that's it from my side for this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.